a balance that you have to keep looking at. And again, it is in the processes, making sure that statements are sent in time. Customers are reminded quite often on how much they owe you. It is all in the system, in the process, and it's all in negotiation. Yeah. But cash flow is a tough nut.
It's a tough thing. Finally, what has been the biggest celebration you've had over these 10 years?
Oh, we've had so much success, I would say, in different ways. I mean, even just where we are now, we can say we are proud. People love our offices. Coming from starting a business in a car to having an office this size and a team that is really great is a big celebration. One of the biggest successes we've had is also training people. So we are a business that over time has mostly hired people who are starting. Guys come here when they are coming as attaches. Even lecturers come to see what work they have done. And we've trained these people, and these people have gone on and gone into become huge professionals. I think for me as a person, that is the charity I have done. Just taking up people from college and growing them and training them and having them grow into the industry, maybe even leave us. Many of them have left. And when they leave, they don't just leave to take another job like the one they've had here. They go far. They go really far. And that's a big pride that I take in the job that I've done over the last 10 years. As a company also, we train people, a lot of people who are semi-skilled. So since we work in the construction industry, we have jobs like pulling cables. So pulling cables does not require a degree. Most of the people who work in the office, almost 100% of permanent employees have degrees because they are mostly engineers and those and accountants and even our salespeople are mostly engineers. But now the people who do a lot of our manual works are guys who got a D minus, an E, and they're out here looking for a hustle. So, and we have jobs for this kind of people. And we are proud to say that in the last 10 years, there's a lot of this crowd that we have taught from scratch that has now formed small, teeny tiny companies that we subcontract from. And they are getting more formal. They are starting to pay their VAT. They understand health and safety. And, this is a community that our community has neglected over time. Many people, when they get a D, you are in the village, you don't know what to do next. You just think that's it. You start taking cheap alcohol. There's a lot of work out here, even for artisans. So I would like to encourage people who are like that there's a lot of work out here. We would love our customers to give us more work so that we are able to cater for this community. This is the community that drives us. If we can give more hope to those who are almost hopeless, to those who have got a D and an E and they don't see anything coming forth, their families have no money to take them to the next level with their Ds, and they can come and pull cables. We can show them next how to terminate them. Next, we can show them how to trench. We can show them how to do conduits. And eventually, they will even learn a little more. And you can do a lot more with your hands. So, and it can earn you life. It can give your life some more dignity. We gain dignity from work. So, and let's give our people more dignity. We always dream for an economy where we have more people included in it. A lot of time when people talk about inclusivity, they're talking about gender, women, the disabled. A few things come up very quickly. Gender, disabled, what else?
The disabled, gender, and what? The marginalized.
Marginalized communities. But you realize our office is on Cabernet Road. We are just behind Gong Hills Hotel. This is where you have the least included people. There are people who are not participating in the economy in many ways. They have no money to spend. They are not earning. And inclusivity has to come from that kind of perspective where we start thinking about how can we make sure that more people are participating in the economy. And this is the inclusivity we look at as Talinda. We would like to include more people into the economy. And this kind of crowd that had a D, you have no idea what to do, you can pull cables. The more the projects we have, the more the people we can include in this economy, the more the people we can train as our affiliates, as our subcontractors. And this is something we really take pride for. Of course, we built very interesting projects. I talked about the KPA project earlier. I'd love to talk about the social house. The social house is the coolest. I saw a YouTube video the other day. It was labeled the coolest hotel in Africa. Yeah. So, and we are part of why it's cool. We've built a very we were their ICT subcontractor.
The social house is a hotel.
Social house is a hotel in Lavington, and it's the coolest hotel in Africa. And we were their ICT subcontractor. And we built quite some fascinating technologies, like you can open your door with your mobile phone as a guest, and a lot more. Their housekeeping, you can chat with you can send a request to housekeeping from your mobile app. Like I can order a pillow from a mobile. I can order food from my mobile. I can also order it from the TV. I can view my bill. I can check out without talking to anybody. And we are looking to building more cool hotels in this part of Africa. If you go to their rooms, you'll find a very nice, interesting looking phone. It looks like those old phones that used to oscillate as you dialed. For that phone, we had to get the electronic board from China and the face from UK, and then build it up. And it is a modern phone, which is an IP phone, but it looks like a retro phone. It's a retro modern phone. So we go out of our way for clients to meet the specifications of their brands. And the social house would be more of an explanation of if you walked in there and looked through their technology, you would understand. One of the most qualified security guy walked into social house and tried to hack into the system, and they couldn't get through because we put so much layers of security. And he commented, and the engineer who implemented this project is a lady. She's called Kezia, and she was very proud when he commented and said he could not hack through social house, and he's able to hack through almost every other place. And it's not just technology that is exciting to the guest; it's also technology that protects the customer and technology that helps the operation be better, grow better, and grow into the coolest hotel in Africa. And we are very proud of that project. We're also very proud of a project we did in Mount Kenya Safari Club, the Fairmont. It was, it's a very expansive project place, and we dug up the whole place to lay fiber to all the rooms. We cut. They had no cables to those rooms. It was built a long, long time ago. So a new owner had come in place, and they wanted the whole place to have Wi-Fi to the rooms, to be able to upgrade later to IP TV, IP telephony, and everything else. And we laid that infrastructure. But the biggest pride in that project was about time and our project management abilities. And we did that project in a record 39 days. And the hotel did not close. They were still operating parts of the hotel, so the guests would go to some part and then would do the other part. And it was quite a very large project, and we did it in a record 39 days. It was really, for me, it was really impressive. So beyond that, we've done a lot of projects, both in the hotel industry and out here, people like Panari, both the resort in Nyahururu and everywhere, Sankara. We're doing a lot of work also in the general enterprise area. You all know AstraZeneca now. I have already taken the jab. AstraZeneca is also our client. So we've got a lot of clients that we are very proud of, both in the commercial space and in the hotel space. We do a lot for hotels. Even now, we've got a lot of hotels, both branded and unbranded. There are core brands, which are like Pullman, Sofitel, and others. We're doing a lot of projects in the East Africa region, including Ethiopia, Djibouti, and others. We still do a lot of Rakas Wi-Fi and many other Wi-Fi systems. Today we are also doing a lot of work with HPE, which is a enterprise side of HP. There goes my meetings. Don't worry, I'm meeting an engineer to discuss a project, so he can wait. It's okay. We have the meeting in the afternoon, but we wanted to prepare this morning. So yeah, there's a lot of hotels that are looking for a reliable partner to build their IT infrastructure and to make it smart and to walk the journey with them. For hotels like the Alba Meru, we did that work when we were only 1 year old in 2012. And they have had no hitches. So they're about, they opened, I think, in 2013, so they will be turning 8 in a few weeks. This is a time we are starting to make small replacements. So we assure 8 years of technology relevance, and we support you throughout that time.
How are you doing it in terms of now? Because this is a market where in different segments, you have a lot of competition. People, new entrants are trying to get in and just copy pasting what another person is doing. How have you been able to stay relevant in terms of that over the years?
There will always be competition. The incumbents, the people you found yourself, and new people who are finding you.
Even your employees.
Your employees, even we found our employees selling leads. So you work very hard in marketing, and marketing is very difficult and very expensive. You spend so much money in marketing, you find leads, and then your own employees sell them at a fee to another person like you, to a competitor. So these are some of the things we've gone through, and like I said earlier, that's why employees are the biggest challenge, and your eyes have to be open throughout. You have to be able to see through. So and you have to keep hiring and hiring, and there's nothing personal. Yeah, and you have to keep letting them go, and every time you let someone go, a new one comes, and you always go to a better level. The new ones are always better. And I'm not saying there are no trustworthy employees. We have excellent people as well, but a few rotten, the rotten ones are always the worst. But competition is always tough. So one of the things is to keep innovating. Make sure that you're always a step ahead. Make sure that you know what's going on in the bigger world, and you're able to bring it home and digest it for the customer. One of the other things that have worked for us is we've had customers we've worked the journey with. Like I would say, like I talked about somebody who we did their work 8 years ago. We are still doing their work today. And they have been able to give us more work, not just within that hotel, but out here. They know more people. They also have many other projects. That's not the only project they have. So when you do a good work, you'll be able to move step by step with the same customer for many years and do a lot more projects with them. So relationships matter, work quality matter, and confidence sometimes. This thing about competition and also innovation matters. This thing about competition is really more about knowing what your goals are. Yeah, because you may focus so much on who you're competing with and what the competition is doing that you really forget what you're doing. So use competition for benchmarking. Don't be competition. I will go back to the example of Social House. They walked the path that no one else has walked by changing how the hotel business works. It's not a hotel, it's a house. And even the way everything else is done is not necessarily that we are competing with anybody else in our neighborhood. We are just us. We are different. So trying to really overthink and rethink your brand to those extent. One of the other things that has really worked for us is hiring people outside your industry. So many times when you're hiring, you will only be looking at somebody who has done a similar job in a similar place. We try as much as possible, especially for roles like project management, to also hire people who are not within the IT industry. They come many times with very different ideas that help us become more cost effective that then helps us run away from the question of competition in some way or the other. Yeah. So competition is really about just strategy, keeping on changing your brand tactics and all, but as well as always keeping your brand image as the same thing. So we have only 3 things we say as a brand, or 3 brand promises that we have, and we try to keep them throughout. We are trusted advisor, we execute excellently, and we are reliable in support. And with just those 3, if everybody's blood in the company has those 3 running in them, then we are assured that regardless of the competition, we are going to actually have work continuously. But keep focusing on your goals. As much as you want to see what competition is doing and align and innovate, remember that what's most important is that you have a goal, meet your goals, don't try to be the other person. Don't over compare, over analyze, just meet your goals.
Yeah. Thank you, Eunice, for giving us the opportunity to have a conversation with you. We hope we are going to be able to continue with this as you, even a year or 2 later, we can come back and see what you're doing.
I'd like to invite you in a few months where we will be showcasing what a smart house looks like, or a smart hotel, or a smart office. So we are currently on a project to install the smart system into the office. So some sections of our office will be a smart home, some section will be a smart office, and some sections will be a smart hotel. So that right now, a lot of people don't understand these technologies and they want them. So it would be nice for them to come to our office and see what it looks like. So we will invite you to come and not just take a video and showcase, but we'll also be inviting prospective customers, consulting engineers, architects, and others to come and see how it looks like, and to come and see how we can implement it for their clients.
We'll be happy and we'll be there.
Thank you very much.